The third session of the 14th National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, China's top political advisory body, held its closing meeting on Monday morning. Zheng Songwu reports.
Chinese President Xi Jinping and other state leaders attended the closing meeting of the third session of the 14th National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. The resolution on the work report of the CPPCC Standing Committee, the report on reviewing of proposals at the third session of the 14th CPPCC National Committee, and the political resolution on the third session of the 14th CPPCC National Committee were approved at the closing ceremony. Wang Huning, chairman of the 14th CPPCC National Committee, delivered a speech.
We must fulfill our duties by focusing on Chinese modernization. Facilitating Chinese modernization is the main focus of our work. Wherever the central tasks of the party and the state are, that is where we will rally the support of the people, build greater consensus, and pool wisdom and strength.
The members shared their thoughts on the week-long event.
The third session of the 14th CPPCC National Committee closes today. I'm excited and I will convey the spirit of the two sessions to people in my hometown.
I will share what I have thought and learned with my team and people in my hometown as well. I have a more clear plan to promote intangible culture and contribute to rural education.
Third session of the 14th CPPCC National Committee has concluded, and every year in March, members come to Beijing with their proposals related to people's livelihood. And this event now not only has been a platform for the Chinese people to know China's policies well, but also for the world to get to know China well. Zheng Songwu, CGTN, Beijing.
Macau has undergone tremendous changes since its return to the motherland 25 years ago. The development of the Guangdong-Macau In-Depth Cooperation Zone in Hengqin has been one of the major life-changing projects there. CGTN reporter Liu Jiaxin learned more details in the CPPCC Members Corridor on Monday.
What it's like for Macau residents to move to the Chinese mainland. Here at the Great Hall of the People, there's no one better than Hou Yangsang to answer that question.
I'm CGTN reporter. My question is for CPPCC member Hou Yangsang.
As the vice president of the General Union of Macau Residents Associations, Hou Yangsang shared a story.
6 years ago, I met a Macau resident named Miss Chen. After getting married, she moved to Zhongshan in Guangdong province. At the time, she was worried about her child's schooling. There was no school based on Macau system in the mainland, and her child had to travel back and forth at a young age.
That was not an isolated case. Due to geographical and resource constraints, Macau residents were eager to come to the Chinese mainland for development. But education, medical care, and familiar community services were factors hindering their relocation plans. All this took a turn for the better in 2020. At the end of 2020, Zhuhai City, which is only a river away from Macau, announced the Macau New Neighborhood Project. It aimed to provide 3,800 housing units for Macau residents on Hengqin Island, with Macau schools, health stations, and elderly service centers accessible in the neighborhood. The news made Hou Yangsang very excited.
The construction of the Macau New Neighborhood Project was completed and put on scale in November 2023. We took nearly 20,000 Macau residents to visit the neighborhood, the surrounding park, and other places in Hengqin. They found that their new homes had pretty much everything they needed back in Macau.
Last December, a Macau resident, Mr. Huang, who just moved to the Macau New Neighborhood in Hengqin, told me face-to-face that he has bought a bigger apartment with only a half of the price of his Macau home. He also started a business in Hengqin. His story echoes with Miss Chen's.
Some time ago, I met Miss Chen's mother. She told me her family moved to the new neighborhood in July last year. Her grandson goes to school in Hengqin, and her daughter also moved to Hengqin for work. I can see she's enjoying her current life very much.
Whether it's Ms. Chen or Mr. Huang's experience, it's not just the story of the government solving life problems for people or building new homes for Macau residents on the mainland. So far, more than 20,000 Macau residents have found a new life in Hengqin, showing the world that one country, two systems is feasible, achievable, and popular. 刘在新 CGTN at the Great Hall of the People.